Okay guys, welcome back. So we're still here at Magna Golf Club. We have a TXG first.
Yes.
We're in a bunker.
We're in a bunker with a quad too.
We've never done bunker, quad.
Cameras in a bunker.
We're measuring sort of short bunker shots, mid-range bunker shots right now, and we always do these things with a sort of a mindset of what does this do for you guys?
Yeah, for sure.
What can you learn? What can we show? And we just came in and we done some interesting stuff on a kind of mid-range 25-yard bunker shot and grabbing some different clubs, and we really wanted to dig into that and talk about the times on the course where people maybe pick the wrong club.
For sure. Maybe the wrong loft or the wrong sole design.
Yep.
Using, I guess, maybe a wedge that isn't suited to getting through the sand as well,
Right.
and they get stuck in the bunker.
And we've just finished your sort of, let's call it a fit, but we were looking at different grinds for your 60-degree wedge and
Yep.
what we're going to look at for you. And we kind of rounded that off by saying that, guys, you must have a sort of very overall view of how you select your wedges. You've got to be versatile. You've got to have, you know, different clubs for different situations and scenarios. And this is it.
Perfect example.
This is a real perfect example of it. And you know, we're hitting a really tough shot. Everyone talks about how hard the long bunker shot is, and it's very hard. But you can make it easier on yourself. Some people can often, you know, by the wrong club selection, they can make it significantly harder.
I agree for sure.
So how is this shot for you? Is that one you struggle with? Or?
Yeah, I'm not a great bunker player, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Better recently, but I mean, it's needless to say, I haven't practiced it in 9 months, so
yeah, it's
it's
true.
one of those things, right? So
that's
I think
a really good point.
When I'm repeating it, I can get comfortable, but no, when it comes to hitting 30, 40, 50-yard bunker shots, it's a bit of a crapshoot for me.
And coming into the season, you know, as Northerners, you know, this is the part of the game that suffers, isn't it?
It
you
is.
know, the early, you know, month or so, your short game's generally a little scratchy, and the bunker plays maybe not quite up to scratch, and that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
So, very interesting. All right, well, let's hit a couple. We're going to start with your 54, your strong sort of stronger sand wedge.
Right.
You would normally hit sort of 54 or 58 out the bunker, depending on the scenario.
Yeah, I would use this for a long bunker shot.
Right.
I've never hit anything more or stronger lofted than this, but yeah, I would use this for a 30-yard, 50-yard shot.
Okay.
So I usually open it a little bit. I don't open it much.
And remember, guys, when you are opening wedges, you're increasing bounce. Okay, so for every degree that wedge obviously increases in loft, you're increasing the bounce by the same degree.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Close, a little short.
Yeah, result was excellent.
Yeah, chasing
probably
up
a
there.
little bit more sand than you would love to take.
I think I probably entered the sand 2 inches before the ball.
Right. So as a result of that, our launch was a bit higher, our spin was a bit less. We had 3100 spin, 44 launch on that one.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Pretty good indeed.
Just short of the flag.
Let's see what that's got on it. So 35, 43. So
yeah, so those I think when I take this club, I use it because I can kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
That last one wasn't great, but you chunk it enough, it usually rolls out.
Exactly. That's you know, the old chunk and run. And you know, if you've got a flag that's, you know, at the back of the green and you can run it up there, that's how you want to play it.
It's easier, isn't it?
It's a lot easier.
I'm gonna try one more. That's better.
That's perfect.
That flew the proper distance.
That was lovely.
It's got some spin.
That was lovely.
Yeah, pretty easy shots. Like, you don't put a lot of effort in with 54.
Yeah.
You just kind of, I'm feeling kind of waist high to waist high. I'm sure it's higher. But
Yeah, it's not all that different from a regular pitch shot. You're just entering the sand an inch before.
It's true.
Okay, so right, why don't we go to your more lofted club for this one, 58.
So I'll probably, I mean, this shot I wouldn't play for 30 yards unless I need to hit it super high and stop it fast. So I'll probably open it a bit more and I guess swing a little bit more aggressively.
A little more full. Yeah. Again, using that back edge of the wedge, really thumping that into the sand.
That's pretty good.
That was really nice. That was loaded with spin, that one.
Yeah, that zipped. You could feel that.
Yeah. Nice again.
And those last two were quite good.
Yeah, the last two were excellent. Let's see what that one's got on it. Interesting, 46 launch. 2,700 spin, interesting. Didn't have as much spin on that one. And guys, you can see how difficult, when it comes to the precision of expecting a bunker shot to spin. I mean, the precision of the strike is...
You have to really nip it. I mean, I would say that felt good, but it felt like a lot more sand than the prior one. So I think I probably contacted it.
Yeah.
And so that ball would stop more by landing angle.
That's right.
I would assume.
Definitely.
Okay.
And which these are launching really nice and high, 46-degree launch on these guys.
Would you open it a bit less and try to get closer to the ball, you think, to add some spin?
Yeah, I mean, I think to add some spin, it's all about getting closer.
Gotcha.
It's all about getting a little bit more kind of ball on club face.
Let's see if we can make it spin a bit more.
That was lovely.
I would think that would spin a little bit more.
That's a really high-end bunker shot there. And those are not easy. Yeah, so you doubled your spin rate there. Kept the launch and doubled the spin.
Huh. So that's interesting for me because I think I make the mistake of going a little excessive in opening the face, and it ends up spinning less.
Right.
But it goes higher.
Yeah.
So it's the perception that you're going to stop it faster, but you might not.
Definitely.
Interesting.
Go back to 54. I want to see a couple more with that again. And I want to see you hit basically the exact same shot that you just did with that 54.
So with the same speed?
Same speed, yeah. And a little
we'll see how far it goes?
Yeah, I mean, just try and kind of keep it going the same distance, but open it up a little more.
Okay. So more speed, a little more open.
Yep.
That was good.
Yeah, almost that to me looks like the percentage play on this shot.
It comes out easier, doesn't it?
It does come out a little easier. So when you've got that, 25-yard bunker shot, Matty, you've lowered your launch angle by 5 degrees. You've kept your spin rate up, so it's coming out a little bit flatter. So that first bounce is a forward bounce, not a stopping bounce.
Gotcha.
That's why I really always think the percentage play is like around a 52 or 54 degree wedge when it comes to the mid-range bunker shot.
Like, how often does someone hit that shot long?
Never.
Never. Always dump it short, right?
Leave it short and take too much loft and just end up hitting down a lot. You got to be nice and shallow, get that ball coming out forward.
It's a good point. One thing I'm curious about, if we could look at that wedge of mine being 8 degrees of bounce, we've got a 12-degree bounce lob wedge.
Perfect.
You want to see how that's differs in spin? Because we saw so much. I think the sole difference and the bounce difference when we're hitting fairway chip shots, I couldn't believe how much different the flight was.
Yeah.
Curious if it's going to be quite that much here.
Well, the D is really it's coming into its own right now.
It's a bunker club,
this,
isn't it?
It's like high bounds, trail edge relief. It's everything.
It's perfect
for the guy who plays in some softer sand, who wants a really good bunker club.
So softer sand generally have some more bounce.
Yeah.
If you play in firm sand, you can get away with like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll try to play the one that isn't as open faced.
Comes out a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, that
feel quite good.
It did, yeah. I nipped it
the sand really nicely.
Really did.
Well, you've upped your spin rate to 6 to 800 there.
Really?
Yeah. Now you've carried it a little further, but I mean we're hitting this 25, 28 yards, and that one's went 10 yards more, but it's got a lot more spin.
So more bounce kept the club from going deeper in the sand,
Correct.
so it kept the speed up?
So it kind of kept the club at surface level a little easier.
And
so
that
if the
adds
club,
the spin.
That's right, because if the club can stay at surface level, it's closer to the ball, the more you're kind of going to get down into the sand, the more the ball is going to be lifted on a cushion of sand. So there's a smaller cushion, a smaller layer of sand, basically lifting that golf ball out.
Gives it the zippy sort of.
Yeah.
Because even the ball, we're hitting to a very light wind here.
Yeah.
You can literally see the ball kind of
stalling
it's got that
a little
look
bit.
to it. Yeah.
That was really nice.
That's interesting. Yeah. No, I think that is so much easier to get out than my 58, just with the extra bounce.
That's lovely.
Yeah, a little softer that time, but it really it zips out of there. I think I probably caught that heavier.
A little less spin, perhaps.
Doubt it has quite as much spin, but
you're right. So 4 to 8 launch, 20, just under 3,000 there.
So that was kind of the high launch, low spin one.
That's it.
It's amazing how much that makes that sand entry.
It really does make a big difference. So see if you can get scooch a little closer, get a little dicey with this one.
Okay, get closer to the ball,
just with
contact.
the strike. Yeah. So you're probably going to swing. You're going to swing a little softer because you're going to have more club on ball.
Yep.
So that will extract the ball.
Gotcha. Get a little braver with it.
Yeah. That's really nice.
I think that was closer to the ball. Probably not perfect, but getting there. It definitely glides through nicely, this. I feel like it doesn't get stuck in there as much.
Not as much. Do you want to try that 6 degree? Because I mean,
Sure, I'm
you're
curious,
thinking,
yeah.
you're thinking at this point, okay, how that 6 degree was perfect for your 30-yard pitch shot. How is it in the long bunker shot?
It would be a bit of a heartbreaker if it was a disaster, wouldn't it?
But that's part of the sort of balanced approach towards getting you the right one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still keeping that contact pretty close to the ball. We're looking for the spinner.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious how this will come out with less bounce. So I got a little behind it. I definitely felt it dig in.
You've got about a 12-inch
Yeah.
putt for birdie anyway.
I would say it felt different through the sand, but it wasn't like it was a bad shot.
It took a little more sand. You could definitely see
Yeah,
that.
I could feel more sand coming out. Get a little closer to the ball with contact here.
That was lovely. That was
really good, wasn't it?
Spin that
Spun in the fairway.
Yeah. And that's about ideal there. So 44 launch, 5100.
Oh, really? That much
Yeah.
spin? Because that's quite a bit, isn't it?
On a short shot like this.
A lot. Yeah, that's nice. Just a little short.
It's a fraction short.
Yeah, it comes out nice though.
Okay. I would still probably say though that most people watching and most people playing and faced with this shot,
Yeah,
I'd be going
54.
down to your 54.
Yeah, I think of all the shots I hit with the 54, most of them were good.
Yeah.
And I've had a kind of a little bit of a variance, to say the least.
First two were great with that. One went a little long and then one came up a little short.
Yeah.
So I think that's the nature of the low bounce. There's going to be a little bit less sort of security on a miss hit.
Yeah, your worst shot will be worse, won't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, guys, hopefully this gives you a little insight into the mid-range bunker shot. You know, we're trying to approach this from a standpoint of which wedge to use and what are the attributes about the wedge that are going to allow you to have the best chance to not only, you know, sort of get this up onto the green, but get it in that, you know, inside that 6-8 foot range where you're really got a chance to get it up and down.
I agree.
So, you know, I think that's hugely valuable for everyone.
And I think you got to be comfortable, as you say, to try lower lofted clubs, see how that comes out. Try your 56 or your 54. If you always hit 60, I mean, to be honest with you, when we go play today, I may try a couple of 54s. Yeah. Because I'm lacking in practice big time, and just get me out of there and kind of on the green more consistently, where you at least worst case leave yourself a 20-foot like par putt. Yeah. Well, I was saying to Matty earlier, when it comes to this shot, it's one of the first things I do when I go and start some bunker work is I go in there with some low lofted clubs, and because it really makes you work in your technique to be able to get it out there and shallow it and use the loft and use the bounce when you're using a wedge that's opened up. Whereas sometimes with a 60, you know, or kind of 58, you know, you're right, and then you've got all the loft in the world, so
but
much loft,
you're not really using the bounce all that well. You're just using the loft.
Agree.
You're relying on the loft. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I think for people to go and work in your bunker game, go try that. Yeah. You know, go try some lower lofted wedges, and then go grab your 16. If you can get it coming out nice and easy with a 50 or 52. Grab your 56 or 58 or 60. Wait to see how high those ones come out. Yeah, they with the same swing. Oh, right? It's unbelievable. Yeah. So it's a great way to practice your bunker game. For sure. And if you have access to try a few different bounces at your club demo day, if Titleist comes or Cleveland comes, ask them for a 6-degree bounce. Yeah. Ask them for a 12-degree bounce. It's going to be pretty clear which you're going to want to take. Yeah, definitely. I think I got probably less dispersion of bad to good shots from the 12. Yeah. This was either magic or tragic, as you say. It was either like really good or just kind of I dumped it or blighted it. So I think the bounce angle will be a big factor too. Yeah, agreed. Cool. Excellent. Okay. Guys, hopefully you know we're able to see a little bit of that relates to your game and something that you can take and apply it. You know, we've got much more of this coming today. We're going to actually look at fairway bunker shots and explain sort of some of the reasons where you maybe need to take an extra club, or you know why those are a challenge. So we'll definitely get to those today. Looking forward to that too. Excellent. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.